right now to talk about a new frontier in Web3 innovation from Hong Kong to the UAE. We're also welcoming on the stage Ben Caselin, Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer, MaskEX, who brings a unique perspective after years of experience in Hong Kong and now in Dubai. Please give him a big hand as well.
Thank you. How about the big screen with the picture? I think so. That's just one slide. Here we go. It's not that I need you to look at my picture. It's more about the points. So anyway, I'm very happy to be here in this wonderful museum of the future. And of course, I'm not just welcoming you on my own behalf. I welcome you on behalf of founder and CEO of MaskEX, Eric Yang. Welcome you on behalf of our CFO, James Ng. Special recognition to Sheikh Mansour, representative of Sheikh Hamad office. Of course, very pleased to see the CEO of ARA, Mr. Henson, and Dr. Aisha bin Luta. I hope that I pronounce it well. In addition to that, I'm extremely happy. I think some of you will probably know how happy I am, because it's been an incredible time the past few months and years. And so I see many familiar faces. I see friends that I hold very dear in Hong Kong. I see former colleagues that I hold very dear to my heart. And I see a lot of industry participants that actually really already for years have driven this industry forward, not just locally, but globally. So as you all know, or perhaps you like to know, when we look at Hong Kong on the APEC side, we know that there is a historical significance to this city as a crypto hub for a long time already. We know that it is home to a lot of layer one innovation, very active developer communities before. There's some people in the audience that were responsible for the first Bitcoin remittance ever between Hong Kong and Philippines, for example. And so it's very interesting to see, and I'm very happy to see that in this case, with the rise of Web3, we can see Hong Kong move to the forefront again. Now, when we come to the UAE, and specifically Dubai, it's different and yet equally, if not more interesting, because this is a very future-oriented city or country. And we find ourselves here in the Museum of the Future, and not for nothing. It's not a coincidence. There is a profound view on the future and on the potential of digitalization, and within that, of the role that, let's say, Bitcoin, blockchain, digital assets, or virtual assets can play. And I think this is really something we need to look for. Because if we look at Hong Kong, we can say, well, Hong Kong is strong in its VC. A lot of VCs. Hong Kong is strong with investments, layer one innovation, or layer two innovation for that matter. But when we look at, let's say, Dubai, there's a concept of the smart city. There's different verticals that we can innovate on and where we can find application for digital assets. So not just trading, not just investment, but also real estate or remittances across the region, or global trade. And I think these are huge opportunities that we can envision. So if we look at the current landscape, this is not an old industry. We always say this is still in its infancy, but actually it's come to its adolescence. It's come to its adolescence, and so adolescence comes with a lot of identity crises and some rebellion and stuff. This is what we've gone through over the past few years, and so now we all have a role to play. Think about maybe 10 years ago or slightly shorter. More than 80% of all Bitcoin trades happened on just one exchange, Mt. Gox, somewhere based in Japan. It's not very healthy, as we found out when the exchange collapsed. Now, some people ask me, Ben, what are you going to do? It's such a crowded space. There's so many exchanges. But actually, it is not the case. What I can see is that there is regional consolidation. So if we look at Coinbase, we know this is associated with the US. We know that Coinbase is going through a deep process with the SEC, and that's their role and that's their part, and they have an important role to play. If we look at Binance or any of the big exchanges on the APEC side, we know they play a huge role in connecting finance and in innovating and in bringing this industry forward. And so within the context of the opportunities I laid out in the UAE and the MENA region, with the support that we have, of the Sheikh office and other stakeholders that are incredibly important to us, we believe that MaskEX can play a significant role in this region and be the premier exchange, hopefully hopefully soon. So, what is our role? What are we trying to do? Often I say we will have to drive the mass adoption of Bitcoin, digital assets, or the blockchain ecosystem. But what does that mean? Yes, it could mean, all right, we want to see all economic activities and digital activities moved onto the blockchain, fine. Or we can say, wow, we dream of a future where humanity moves onto a Bitcoin standard, fine. But at this stage in the development, I think we need to be more flexible at the conceptual level. And so the way we look at it is we say, well, all types of people from all walks of life with different needs and different aspirations will find their way and need to find their way into this new digital economy. So whether you are an accredited investor, you know what you're doing, or whether you are a hedge fund, or whether you are an entrepreneur that wants to optimize their business model, or whether you're just an everyday person who's never really had access to modern finance in a proper way. Everybody can benefit in their own way, and in this case, as an exchange, we need to be quite holistic in our offering. So this is the way that we approach it. Finally, because I can't keep so long. So finally, what's necessary now? We need to boost, or at least we need to recover, restore, and then boost confidence in this industry. And how do we do it? So every participant will have their own journey. But the way that we look at it is, yes, there's licensing, and in addition to the wonderful prospect of our license, of course, we will pursue other licenses. It's important. But we also know from real-world experience that even if you are the exchange that holds the most licenses in the world, it does not guarantee integrity, and it doesn't guarantee success. So there are more steps that we need to take in addition. For example, with MaskEX, we will be the first crypto exchange to publicly disclose our headquarters and even to be open to the general public to come into our space, to experience digital assets, to learn about digital assets, and to onboard into this really wonderful industry. And we see that actually that physical digital interaction is something that's quite important. Not just the head office, but brick and mortar infrastructure, UAE or across the world, where people can come in, interact, and onboard in a safe way, where it's face-to-face and they can trust us and trust each other. So this is another step. Another step would be proof of reserves, and hopefully soon proof of liabilities. So people have confidence that what the exchange holds is true and covers users' assets. And that's not even something that banks at the moment can offer, at least as we can see currently. So this is really quite innovative. So to close, what I would like to say is that I agree with some of the analysts out there that are saying that the next bull market is once again going to be driven by Asia, perhaps with Hong Kong at the forefront. But I believe that the unsurprising surprise will come from the Middle East and Central Asia. And it's really wonderful that we come together, because to come together with these powers, yes, we can kick it off and make history, hopefully. And I believe then, in this Museum of the Future, we can say that we can look forward to a bright future. So thank you very much, and I will give the mic back to the wonderful MC. Thank you.